everyone, and welcome to this edition of Inside Government Interview. I'm Charity Dunker. On this edition of Inside Government, we will be joined by two nurses from CPS, and where we'll be talking and highlighting the Breastfeeding World Week, which is scheduled in the month of August. They'll also be sharing with you the week in which it'll be taking place. My two guests, namely Miss Nadine Richardson and also Miss Claudia Ian. Welcome, nurses from CPS.
Thank you.
Good. Happy to have you both. Shall we get right into it? Yes? Okay, good. Ladies, what are your core responsibilities at CPS?
Our core responsibilities at CPS, we are two registered nurses in the Baby Wellness Clinic, where we have surveillance, the dental program, and also vector program.
Okay, good. And also, CPS Calendar of Health Observance, which starts when?
We have different calendar events throughout the health observance calendar, but we will be participating in the week of August from the 1st to the 7th on World Breastfeeding Week.
Okay. And how has it been getting all of this arranged for the calendar?
It's been a bit hectic, organizing, getting things in place, but it's flowing well.
Well, we're looking forward. Yes. World Breastfeeding Week, responsibilities that you've been both tasked with.
I am the project manager for the World Breastfeeding Week, and what I've been tasked with is to organize the different activities for World Breastfeeding Week.
Okay. So. And also, it's Claudia? Well,
I'm
Nadine. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I'm just assisting.
Okay, good. And assisting still, you're also tasked with a whole lot to do.
Yes.
What do you enjoy doing as your core task in this, as you're assisting for Breastfeeding Week?
The information sessions that we give, and also the moms that come to the clinic, just encouraging them, because we have different activities planned, just encouraging them to take part in them.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to assisting and the sessions you say that's usually held over at CPS, as assistant, what are some of the questions you're being faced with most of the times when it comes to the moms?
So this year we launched as pilot a lactation sessions. This was Nurse Jan's initiative, because usually we get moms at the clinic that they say they don't have any information and, certain little things that they should know from the beginning. So to latch on the child from the beginning, from birth, how long to latch on, how long to have the child on the breast. So certain little simple things as those.
Okay. How many years have CPS been observing Breastfeeding Week?
CPS has been observing Breastfeeding Week for a very long time.
Do you have any years specific that you could say that you started?
Well, it started, I think, around 2010. Mm-hmm. They started with activities.
All right. And you've seen a growth in when it comes to attendance by the moms?
Yes, we have seen growth, because first we used to do breastfeeding cafes, and then we took the initiative of doing, last year, Nurse Nadine, she started with the mom-to-mom session. Okay. So that was the first year. And we also have every year the photo competition, the breastfeeding photo competition.
Mm-hmm. And this year, is that also going to be on calendar?
This year, this is also on calendar. And we also started, as Nurse Nadine said, the lactation consultations on Thursdays.
What can we expect highlighting the week in itself from August 1st to August 7th?
So from August 1st to August 7th, we'll be highlighting breastfeeding and the importance of breastfeeding throughout the clinic. We will also be having the judging of our photo competition, which ran from June 23rd, and the ending is on August 4th, deadline to give in your photos. And on the 6th of August, we'll be having our mom-to-mom session, which will be at Pasture Peace from 5 to 7 in the evening.
Okay. And the 7th itself?
And the 7th, we're just going to be wrapping it up.
Okay. Now, those of you who are listening via radio, I'll also encourage you to go ahead and log on to the official government's website to also view this interview, because Nurse Claudia made sure that she has rehearsed everything on the calendar in her mind. You did not even look at the paper. So I take it that you're very much in tune and also engaged and passionate about what you're doing.
Correct.
As well. We're going to switch it up. We're going to take that break. As soon as we get back in, we'll continue right here on Inside Government Interview. Again, we're highlighting World Breastfeeding Week, which starts August 1st and it runs until August 7th. With my two nurses here from CPS. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
St. Martin is a frontline country that will continue to experience the effects of climate change. Effects such as an increase in the frequency and intensity of hurricanes, drought, earthquakes, and tsunamis. With this in mind, as Minister of General Affairs and Chair of the Emergency Operations Center, we as a government have embarked on developing a disaster risk management policy guided by a long-term vision for disaster risk management. This long-term vision will direct disaster risk management and decision-making factors, ensuring mitigation and reduction of risks, preparedness, and emergency response and recovery. As such, you within the community of St. Martin must provide feedback on the draft vision for disaster risk management, as it will also guide the government's actions in safeguarding our communities.
For more information, please visit the website of government at stmartingov.org or our Facebook page. Feedback can be provided to the following email address, secretariateoc@stmartingov.org. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Office of Disaster Management and the Department of the Interior and Kingdom Relations, Government of St. Martin.
Welcome back to this edition of Inside Government Interview, where I'm being joined by my two guests from CPS. I'm having the pleasure right now of being seated before two beautiful ladies. We have namely Nurse Nadine Richardson and also Nurse Claudia Ian. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you.
Shall we proceed? It's all about World Breastfeeding Calendar Week, August 1st to August 7th. Now, what time is everything scheduled to take place?
Okay, what time everything is actually scheduled for? Well, as I said, the breastfeeding photo competition is running from June 23rd until the 4th. So the 4th is the last day to enter your photos.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, which is the 6th of August, we'll be having our mom-to-mom session, which takes place at Pasture Peace between the hours of 5 to 7. There we'll be having one-to-one sessions. We'll also have a guest invitee. And we will also have the prize giving on that day.
Okay. And when you submit these photos for the competition, what's the site they're supposed to send them into?
The site they're supposed to send it at Youth Healthcare.
Mm-hmm. And telephone number?
The telephone number is 54-23003 or 520-4163.
Who's responsible for organizing the activities for this year?
Well, this year I'm in charge.
All right. So we're speaking to the right person.
Yes.
Stakeholders involved, if any?
The stakeholders involved is, number one, Women's Health Services, which is Dr. Friday.
Okay.
He helped in collaboration with the lactation consultations on Thursday. We also have the different pharmacies, the various doctors, and also SMMC.
All right. And now let's move on to more general knowledge when it comes to breastfeeding, questions that I'm sure, again, Nurse Nadine is being faced with on a constant basis. What sort of tips will be provided to mothers? Will all activities also be Q&A based on the various days during activities?
Yes, so let's elaborate a little more on the mom-to-mom.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Let's elaborate a little more on the mom-to-mom. So this was an initiative taken last year, and how two moms were in the waiting area speaking about their experience. Mm-hmm. And then the light bulb moment. Hey, what about let's make this bigger? So moms talking about their different experiences is encouraging each other and sharing information to each other. So you don't have that medical in between. So I am the nurse, and usually persons are like, okay, so when was the last time you had a child?
Yeah.
You understand? So we want to eliminate that.
So you made it more of a conversational base and more relaxed setting.
Correct. And persons that are actually experiencing it at that moment, and they share their information, they share their experiences, and you see that mothers are more relaxed from this.
Some of the questions or challenges faced by first-time breastfeeding moms. You both can share on this.
Yeah. So children that are not latching properly, moms are very nervous when they see the child is coming to the breast so often, and then we have to calm them down. No, it's the beginning, so that process, it takes time, and it's perfectly normal.
Okay.
So they're prone to think, hey, I don't have any milk. No, that's not it. Your production has to increase slowly, but the child also has to learn how to suck, and it's a task for the child.
To get the rhythm, I guess.
To get the rhythm and to get the amount that it needs.
Right.
So that's why the child may get tired and then fall asleep and then come again maybe 10, 20 minutes after. And then the mom is like, oh my God, I don't have sufficient milk. No,
Right.
you do have. However, it's a task for the child.
Nurse Claudia, anything you'd like to add on that?
And also, it's a task for the mom. Mom needs to be very much relaxed. Mom needs incorporation of having family to help her out, such as maybe dad, grandparents.
Yeah.
You know, she really needs to be relaxed in order for her to breastfeed accurately. So I think it's in collaboration with mom, baby, family, everybody together.
For the village.
Yes. See, that was going to be one of my next
Yes.
questions, but we're going to get more into of that in a bit. Also, when it comes to eating healthy, that plays a big role as well. That may help assist some of the moms who are busy breastfeeding through the process.
Yes.
What would you recommend that moms eat?
Well, we normally recommend that moms could eat everything, but you need to take it in proportion. Also, we advise that moms try to stay away from too much of citrus stuff while breastfeeding, because it actually causes acid reflux. We also advise them not to do too much of gassy stuff, such as broccoli, cabbage, those kind of stuff, peas. It all depends what they're eating, but they can eat everything.
All right. And how do you, or when is it feeding time? How does mom know when it's feeding time for the baby?
Well, as strange as it may be, they create their own rhythm. So mom knows exactly when baby needs to feed, and baby will indicate when baby is ready to feed.
Okay.
And some moms will tell you, oh, I was okay, but then suddenly
Ready
I
to
look
go.
down and
Yeah.
I'm wet.
Yeah.
So it's such a beautiful, natural process.
And then you say that baby too will also give a clear indication it's time for me
Correct.
to eat.
Correct.
Now, let's just say you're out. This is also a subject that many people, I don't know, it's kind of, first they wanted to make it some sort of taboo in certain cultures. However, the baby needs to eat.
Correct.
So what would you also recommend or suggest that moms do? Process of probably storing milk. How does that work? What would you suggest that it was the best way to store the breast milk in order to feed your baby, when you're out, for example, for those who are not comfortable or those who are probably in a certain setting and don't feel that, okay, it's kind of appropriate or inappropriate. You know how it goes.
So you moms can express the milk, and then they carry what they need with them. So the milk can stay perfectly fine up to 4 hours, and then after that they can always refrigerate for 2 times 24 hours, and in the deep freeze 3 months.
Okay. 3 whole months.
Three
And it
whole
will be
months.
fine.
Yes.
Perfectly fine.
Hey, power to us, ladies. So we're going to stay tuned again. This is our Inside Government interview. We're highlighting Breastfeeding World Week, August 1st to August 7th, right here with my 2 nurses, my guests from CPS. Thank you, ladies. Stay tuned. Once again, Inside Government interview. We'll be right back.
This hurricane season, there's a lot you can do around your home to help protect it from hurricane winds. Before a hurricane strikes, trim trees on your property and get approved window coverings. Also, ahead of storms, be sure to collect loose outdoor items. For more information, visit stmartingov.org/hurricane. And for the latest coronavirus COVID-19 guidelines, visit stmartingov.org/coronavirus. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
and welcome back. Again, we're here in talks with two nurses from CPS highlighting Breastfeeding World Week, August 1st to August 7th. Nurses, both of you, all right? So Nadine or as also Claudia, whoever wants to take this one. Breastfeeding, during the course of that, sometimes we know it might be difficult for some moms and maybe even babies not really interested in being breastfed naturally. The pumps, many use the pumps, make usage of it. Is it a safe something or?
Perfectly safe.
It's safe?
It's perfectly safe. However, not every mom is the same and not every mom will be as successful as the other. So it is safe and we also advise moms to use it.
All right.
But we would also advise moms to do the automatic breast pump instead of the manual.
Why is
Because
that?
sometimes the manual, it takes a little toll on your wrist,
Right.
on your wrist of your hand. So it takes a little while in order to pump. But with the automatic, you could also attach it to both breasts, and there you can get a more fluent feed.
Okay. And then for babies who are super intelligent babies that would realize, wait a minute, you're not feeding me the way how I want to be fed. How does that work as well? Even from the bottle, even though the breast milk is in the bottle.
Yes, you have those super intelligent babies that don't want the bottle, even though that it's breast milk that's in the bottle. So those moms actually have to go and breastfeed their child.
Oh my.
But
You wanna
nowadays, we also do have something like a nipple shield, which is something similar to the mom's nipple, and they also can cup feed the baby.
Okay. Hey, modern world. How do you know when the baby is not feeding well? How will a mom know this is an indication my child is probably not sitting upright to be fed or laying back? How do you know? What's the indications that some babies would give?
So baby gives indications from their diapers. What goes in has to come out. If nothing is coming out, then we know that, hey, baby is not getting. Or baby is not as active. So movements of the arms, movements of the legs, baby's not crying, with that gusto. She's not crying. What else? Baby's sleeping a lot. Then we know that baby is not getting anything.
Enough.
But those are not enough. But those babies, those cases are very few.
Okay.
Very, very few.
So it's mostly if maybe baby is ill, then we would see that.
What is recommended to feed the baby in the event the baby has zero interest in being breastfed?
So last resort will be infant formulas, and that's of the mother's choice.
And then she'll have to test to see which the
Which
baby
one,
accepts.
yes.
And
Yes.
okay. All right. And also health benefits, breastfeeding for both mom and baby.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's always the right temperature. You don't have to prepare it. Even dad can do it. Mom is asleep. Dad will put the child on. What else?
It's easily digested.
Yeah. Child grows very well.
Their IQ is very high.
Yeah.
Child is rarely sick.
And for mother?
She loses weight.
Okay. So all the baby fat that they will call.
Right, correct.
Most of it.
Her service contracts back in from the
Okay.
pregnancy, because remember, during pregnancy, your belly grows. So your uterus then grows to a certain extent, so it contracts back in the cervix.
Okay. Nurse Claudia and also Nurse Nadine, at what age should a mother stop breastfeeding a child? Also another hot topic.
Yeah.
Well, we actually advise moms to breastfeed exclusively 6 months, up until 6 months, but we would recommend up until a year.
Okay. And we have some moms that exceed that.
Yes,
Yes.
up until 2 years.
Or even more.
More.
What do you think are the reasons, in your opinion, probably, or some of the discussions you would have, because you're experts in the field, I mean, with giving advice and also when they come with their questions to you. So what were some that you would hear, some ages where they're still
Bonding.
breastfeeding?
The bonding. The moms experience the bonding time, such a precious time that they don't want to give it up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And also, fathers, we spoke of them. We spoke of a village. helping and assisting in the process. Fathers, are they also welcome to join in the activities for the week?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're welcome with their partner to come.
All right. And then let's move on to the next. Before the wrap up, highlight those days again on the calendar.
So the days are actually from the 23rd of June until the 4th is the photo competition. So the 4th is the deadline to give in all photos. Also on the 6th of August, we'll be having the mom-to-mom session. We will be discussing live and also the prize giving for the photo competition.
Okay. And 7th?
7th, we'll be just wrapping up.
Contact info.
Contact info is 520-4163. That's the cell phone. Also 542-3003. That's the landline. And they can also send the photos to our youth healthcare email.
All activities held on the grounds or premises of CPS?
No, all activities are not held on CPS.
Okay. Please let our listeners know where they'll be held.
Okay, so actually on the Thursdays with the lactation consultations, they are held at the Vineyard Building,
Okay.
the Baby Wellness Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, we'll be having the mom-to-mom session at Pasture Peace. That's on L.B. Scott Road, number 105. And it's from 5 to 7.
Okay. Great. Both nurses, any last words before we wrap up?
We just want to encourage all moms to breastfeed. Don't give up the hope. This is a natural process and a bonding time between mom and baby. And we would like to invite you to participate in our photo competition, which the deadline is the 4th. And also to come out to our mom-to-mom session where you can register at us at the Baby Wellness Clinic. So come on out.
And also, you would like to add anything, Nadine?
I think she said a mouthful.
Both ladies, thank you very much again from CPS. I was joined by Nurse Claudia Ian and also Nurse Nadine Richardson. Both of you, thank you very much for being my guests. Remember, it's World Breastfeeding Week, August 1st to August 7th. Make sure that you go ahead and you get all your inquiries in and be present and also support. To our radio listeners and television viewers, also online viewers, thank you very much for tuning in and being a part of this edition of Inside Government Interview. If you have missed this interview, be sure to log on to our official government's page, YouTube channel, Government of St. Martin. And also for rebroadcast, tune into St. Martin Gov Radio 107.9 FM. On behalf of our team at the Department of Communication, I'm Charity Dunker. Thank you very much for tuning in.